Hello there, welcome to a tyke farming in the Philippines. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, ding-a-ling ding dong the bell. It's Thursday morning, 7:30. We'll have 3 men on site today, as usual. Soy will be continuing work on the Rio bar for the posts for the hen house. And Win and Ramil, after us clean the pigs, will be pouring concrete. So we'll take a good step forward today, hopefully, as we did yesterday. 2 more panels to finish on the fence, and then we'll be digging holes for the posts. So as usual, I'll make 2 or 3 videos throughout the day, and we'll get back to you shortly. So I'll have a quick look down the pigs. This smallish pig here, which there's a run to the litter, although it's looking quite plump now. He was still laying in the trough at feeding time, and there was a commotion last night about 10:30, and he was stuck in the trough. Couldn't get out. The first time I came down I didn't spot him, but I came down the second time and there he was, stuck fast in the bloody trough. So hopefully now he'll stop laying in there. He's getting to a size where he won't be able to get in anymore. He's got to a size where he can't get out, that's for sure. So we're working away cleaning out the pigs. Win and Ram will come in early because Win picks his youngest niece up from school, so he wants to finish at 4 o'clock, 4:10 to go and pick her up, which is fine. They can alter their hours to suit themselves, providing we get the 8-hour days in, and even that I'm not too bothered about really. What I look at is what have we done each day, and these videos help because I go around at lunchtime, they know I'm looking what's been done, and then I go around late evening, late afternoon, again looking what's been achieved, so everybody's aware without me telling them that we need to see progress. Now of course some days we hit obstacles, it's small problems, as Win likes to say, same as digging out them holes for the hen house for the longer posts at this end. He'll just say, oh, it's a small problem. So I'll leave this video there and I'll make another one shortly. The mixer's going, so we'll go and have a look. It's got the new belts on now, and oh, it's stopped. There's no noise coming off the mixer now. Now, a lot of comments I got at the time was it needs greasing, and I said no, it needs new belts. Now on the car a fan belt will squeal, but the bolts were gone on the mixer, the bolts weren't squealing. On camera, on the videos, it did sound like lack of grease, but there's nothing to grease on that mixer. The big cog around the barrel, which turns onto another cog, you can grease that, and there's grease on that. There's no bearing as such to grease in the middle of the mixer, but when you stood next to it, you can hear what's going on far better than what you can hear on a video on camera. It did sound like it needed grease, I admit, but no, it needed new bolts, and it's not making a noise now. I'll show you the bottom. There's just a bolt through the bottom. There's grease on there, but I don't think there's a bearing in there. Just a bolt through the bottom. Oh, and the big cog here onto the drive at the other side. There's room for a bit of grease on there, which has grease on, and that bearing there. But it was the bolts what was making the noise, and we've got new bolts on now, so it's good. It's lunchtime, 12:20. We'll go and see what we've done this morning. Very warm. It's lunchtime, 12:20. Pigs are all fed, cleaned out. Still haven't got the sprinkler system working. So we'll go and see what we've done this morning. We've got 2 posts made up there. Them look more like the length, and I don't know what happened to the very long one. I think he cut it in half. They're about 12 feet. He made one long one, cut it in half, I think. We've got some metal painted black. Red hot is this sun. We've got 2 panels filled. One's a short panel, so they brought the back of it. They've just 1 panel to cast this afternoon. So yeah, we're doing all right. So I had me a bit bamboozled yesterday with that very long post. It did cross his mind that he might be cutting it in half, and that's exactly what he's done. So I'll make another video later this afternoon, early evening, and we'll see how we go at the end of the day. 5:15, so we'll make a final video. It's quite cool now, really nice. Spit spots of rain just starting. Pigs are fed and cleaned out. All looking good. So we've got 1, 2, 3 posts. This one is finished, or very nearly finished, and the rail bar for the last one. And we've got 3 panels poured, just 2 more to go. So we've had a good day again. They asked me tonight, if on the way out, if they could have an extra man on site for the next 2 weeks. If I've agreed to it, if they'd have said no, what they would have done is they'd stop working on the fence, and Win and Ram will come down here. Working with soy. But if we get an extra man for 2 weeks, it won't take them 2 weeks to finish that fence. If we get an extra man, they'll finish the fence, and then come down here. So I suspect Soy's got in mind quite a lot of digging, not just the post holes, but this area where I'm stood now is much lower than up here. It's 3 feet lower, which we can utilise because the chicken house floor is going to be off the deck, so the droppings can fall through, and then we can just rake them out from underneath. But just looking now, he's got going to set his string lines up off that post. He's put in there. So I envisage the chicken house finishing at the 3rd post, but Soy's got a different idea. He's coming to the 3rd post by the looks of it. Maybe not, we'll see. Oh, there's another post there by that stump. This is it, when you can't communicate with them, and they can't communicate with you except through Gene. It's understanding what they're going to do. Now I think these posts here, 1, 2, 3, is going to be as close as they're going to the fence. And I haven't talked about them yet, but we'll dig down this bank to the same level as down there, so we've got the same height underneath the floor, all the way along the shed, so we can periodically we can scrape all the muck out. So that looks like what we're doing. And I haven't talked to them internally yet, but I want a walkway along this fence line under the eaves of the roof, because this half of the shed, just temporary, I'll have two rows of cages to start some egg production going. So to get down this side of the cages, we'll have a walkway there. And then the second half of the shed, the second row of cages will be facing this way. So we've got to be able to walk across the shed here. And if you've got a netting floor, it may not be strong enough to walk on. Probably won't be. So we may put a couple of concrete walls 3 feet high No, that won't work because you won't be able to scrape your muck out from that way. So we're going to have to strengthen the floor somehow. So you can walk across the hen house floor on a walkway here to tend to the cages on this side. And then this half of the shed, I'll be just a chicken hut where the birds will come in and out and free range down the side of the piggery. But if they come in as chicks, you're going to have to put a container near the central walkway to raise the chicks into bigger birds to let them free roam in the shed before they're old enough to let out. So we're going to have a walkway in the centre of the shed, if that makes sense. But it'll all develop, and we'll finish up with a workable shed for definite. Same as they had me a bit bamboozled with that very long post yesterday. But he put it in half. Now the rain's getting heavy, so I'm going to get wet going back. Heavy spots. So I'll leave this video there, and we'll do another one tomorrow. Oh, here she comes with the umbrella. Can you turn the camera off?